Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June 23rd, 2025 board meeting of the Halton District School Board. I would like to extend a special welcome to our guests, both in person and online. We will start the meeting with the roll call. Vice Chair Oliver.
Good evening, everyone.
Trustee Ahmed. Trustee Amos. Trustee Baxter.
Good evening.
Trustee Bryden.
Hello.
Trustee Daniele.
Thank you, I'm here.
Trustee Gray. I know that Trustee Gray is en route. Trustee Horn. Trustee Zhang. Yep, I heard him. Student Trustee Ho
They are absent because of
and Student Trustee Ochu are both sending regrets this evening due to their exam schedule. Trustee Horn has now joined. Thank you. Director Ennis, please let us know which staff are in attendance this evening.
Thank you, Chair Collard. This evening we have the appropriate staff to speak to the items on the agenda.
Thank you. Tonight, Vice Chair Oliver will be honoring the land.
We begin by acknowledging the land and our responsibility to care for and respect all that provides us with life. This land upon which HDSB is situated on is the ancestral treaty and tidal lands of the Anishinaabe Ojibwe Mississauga Nation, now known as the Mississaugas of the Credit. Mississauga territory, in the past and present, continues to host both Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. The HDSB is committed to continuous knowledge building with respect to actions that address and resolve the ongoing impacts of colonialism. We do this by learning and understanding the true history, treaty obligations, duties and responsibilities, and Indigenous rights, while actively maintaining mutually beneficial relationships and collectively respecting and caring for the land.
Thank you, Vice Chair Oliver. Since this is a special board meeting, there are no opportunities to adjust tonight's agenda. We are now up to item 1.3, approval of the agenda. Trustee Bryden, would you make a motion to approve the agenda?
Yes.
Trustee Baxter, would you like to second this motion?
Yes, please.
Are there any objections to approving the agenda? Seeing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. Are there any declarations of possible conflict of interest for this evening's meeting? Seeing none, we are now up to item 3.0, delegations, presentations to the board. And we have none this evening. We are now up to section 3, items for ratification action. Action items for tonight, starting with 3.1.1, 2025-2026, Operating and Capital Budget, Report 25084, submitted by Superintendents Ngoy and Godet and Controller Chantafong. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-2026 Halton District School Board PSAB operating budget in the amount of $970,488,131, and that the Superintendent of Business Services and Treasurer be authorized to proceed with the expenditure of funds as outlined in Appendix B. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approves the 2025-2026 Halton District School Board PSAB capital budget in the amount of $90,566,310, and that the Superintendent of Business Services and Treasurer be authorized to proceed with the expenditure of funds as outlined in Appendix C. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-2026 in-year deficit elimination plan in the amount of $7,093,000, and that the Superintendent of Business Services and Treasurer be authorized to action the plan as outlined in Appendix E. Be it resolved that the Halton District School Board authorize staff to tender and award the 2025-2026 facility services projects, operations, and maintenance, either individually or combined, as outlined in Appendix S. F. Trustee Daniele, would you move this motion?
Yes, thank you, I will.
Trustee Amos, will you second this motion?
Yes, please.
And I will now pass it along to Superintendent Ngoy.
Thank you, and I would like to start by thanking the Board of Trustees and the senior team as well as my team for working through a very shortened timeline for the budget. Even though we had quite a long planning process and we've been spending quite a bit of time in terms of planning for next year. So I would like to thank for all your time and support, as well as for my team for putting it together in the last 3 weeks or so. In front of the trustees tonight, we have a deficit budget for $7.1 million, as well as an in-year deficit elimination plan, which requires additional reductions to be determined over the next year and implemented for 2026-2027. So it's important to note that this is a non-compliant budget until such time that the ministry approves our in-year deficit elimination plan, which is outlined in Appendix E. I wanted to highlight the fact that this will be covered through board reserves and that we have taken a measured approach to transition through a couple of years of enrollment decline, which require change in structures that are impacting students and programs across the system. We also recognize that within a couple of years, our enrollment will stabilize and will be on a increasing enrollment yet again. So we have to be very careful what we propose in terms of reductions over the next couple of years. So it is a measured approach using reserves in order to have some transition for student support. As such, staff are presenting trustees a deficit budget for $7.1 million this evening, and I'd be happy to take any questions, and the director and my colleagues are here, as well as General Manager Chantavong is online. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm now looking for requests to speak. And I see no speakers. Please do let me know if you have a question or comment regarding the budget. Trustee Horn.
Hi, sorry, I can't get on eScribe on my computer. It just goes to private session. This is through you, Chair, to Superintendent Ngoy. I'm just wondering, with this deficit budget, what are the risks involved in terms of pushback from the government?
Thank you for the question. And through the chair, there is a chance that the ministry will not approve the budget and will require us to make the changes, but we are committed to make the reductions next year. So I do think that that would be an acceptable plan that we've proposed. There's more concern when there are no reserves to draw down from, which is not the case for our board. So yes, there is a chance that the ministry may not approve, but I do think we have set out a good plan that shows accountability and transparency, as well as keeps in mind our strategic commitments to our students.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions regarding the budget? Seeing none, I will call the vote. Oh, I'm sorry, Trustee Amos.
Sorry, I'm just bouncing between eScribe and the page. Thank you. Through you to Superintendent Ngoy. First, I'd like to thank you very much for all of you and your team's hard work, as well as the hard decisions that you and the director and senior admin have had to make about the areas where we've had to reduce and make for the areas that we are looking at for the deficit. Mine's not really a question, more of a comment, and I'm not sure if the public is aware that the school board's budget is actually way more than any of our our municipal counterparts. That we are actually responsible as trustees for a lot more money in spending because of the size of our school board, which covers all 4 municipalities. And I guess, and many have heard it before, that our biggest concern is we're not actually getting the funds that will actually cover the actual cost it costs to educate our students. And so that's why we're in this position of a deficit budget and having to make some difficult decisions. And it looks like next year will also be the same type of case. And as we heard from Superintendent Ngoy, it looks like we will be, a few years down the road, we'll start increasing again and maybe be in a better position. But I just like to make the community aware that they need to advocate on our behalf to try and make the government aware that they're not funding us appropriately. They do not want to hear from our board that that's the case. So it's up to the community to be able to say that they are not happy with the way the board is being funded. Anyways, I just like to thank everybody again for all your hard work around this, and the trustees who have provided feedback in the past for the cumulative budget. But I mean, you've done an amazing job coming to the table with what you have in such a short time. So thank you very much for that and keeping us so informed.
Thank you very much, Trustee Amos. And I think we all feel similarly. We're disappointed that the funding doesn't match our need. However, we also have to bear in mind that this is the amount of money we're given to work with, and so we have to work with it somehow. I'm seeing no further speakers on the list. I'm going to give it 5 seconds because last time I thought we were ready to vote and we weren't, and I am now calling the vote. Is there anyone online who is giving a verbal vote? Perfect. Thank you very much. That passed unanimously. We will now move on to the special education plan. And we will welcome Superintendent Ruddock to the table. The motion reads that the Board of Trustees approve the HDSB Special Education Plan 2025-2026. Trustee Ahmed, would you move this motion? He's not here. Okay. Trustee Baxter, would you move this motion?
Yes, please.
Vice Chair Oliver, would you second this motion?
I second the motion.
Thank you. Superintendent Ruddock, would you like to speak to this report?
Thank you. Through the chair to trustees, I'm pleased to share that the special education plan was unanimously supported by SEAC on June 4th. And I appreciate that it's the second time before trustees, but I'm certainly happy to take any additional questions.
I'm just going to look to see if we have any speakers on the list. Trustee Baxter.
Thank you. Through the chair, not a question, just a comment. I wanted to offer a quick word of gratitude to Director Ennis and Superintendent Ruddock for their leadership and student-centered approach. And of course, Principal Spruan and all of the teachers, EAs, and support staff who work and care for our students every day. And finally, to the dedicated members of SEAC, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Vice Chair Oliver.
Thank you, through you, Chair. I, of course, echo Trustee Baxter's comments, and I would like to thank you, Superintendent Ruddock, for this great plan. It is very comprehensive, very easy to navigate by families and the rest of us, and contains great wealth of information that we all need to be aware of and understand. So thank you very much for this. It's really great.
Thank you, Superintendent Ruddock. I am not seeing any further speakers. Could we please have the motion? Cast your votes, please. Okay. And that passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Thank you for your hard work on this, Superintendent Ruddock. We will now head into private session. Trustee Zhang, would you move a motion to go into Committee of the Whole private session respecting personal matters? This meeting is not open to the public pursuant to the Education Act 2072. Thank you, Trustee Zhang. Trustee Horn, would you like to second this motion?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Are there any objections to moving into private session? Seeing none, the motion is passed by unanimous consent, and we are now in private session. Vice Chair Oliver, the floor is yours.
You put her on mute.
Thank you, everyone. We are now in public session. We have
I can't
to
put her
approve
on
our
mute. She's
items
muted
transacted in Committee of the Whole private session. Vice Chair Oliver, would you read the motion from private session?
I will read the motion. Be it resolved that the Halton District School Board approve the Director of Education's goals for 2025-26 as appended to Report 25086 on the private session agenda item 3.1, and I so move.
Thank you. Trustee Gray, who has so valiantly tried to make it to tonight's meeting and is stuck in traffic, would you second this motion?
Yes, I would.
Is there any debate? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
Yes.
Agreement.
Please cast your votes.
Jean says yes.
I think I'm on the wrong e-scribe thing, so I'm just verbally saying yes.
Okay.
And my vote is in favor, please.
Oh, I logged
Thank
out.
you.
I also say yes.
Okay.
I switched over to the right one, but it hasn't given me the vote panel, so I will say yes.
Yeah.
Now we have Shinyi and Joanna.
Shinyi or Joanna verbal?
Oh, verbal?
Yeah. Shinyi. Shinyi, are you able to vote? I think Shinyi's having audio difficulties.
Yes.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Unanimous. Thank you very much. That passed unanimously. We have reached the end of our agenda, and as our agenda is exhausted, I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, and everyone have a wonderful summer.
You too.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Kelly.